Good morning, Alaysia. My name is Matt Gress, and I'm coming to you from Hartsville, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. I just wanted to respond to your post because I found your thoughts interesting, and so I'm going to dive right in here. Uh, First of all, you start off with your premise that as a human services professional, especially in the coaching field, it is vital that we have skills for multicultural and diverse clients. Then later on, you say, if we don't know a great deal about the Mexican culture, it is our responsibility that we do everything we can to successfully serve them by using our professional skills dedicated to this specific culture. It is very important that we understand the clients that we are working with for sure. And especially when we're dealing with somebody that does come from a different background or a different culture, or even just a different part of the world, or even right here in our own state, people see things in different ways. We all have our own worldviews. We have different thoughts and feelings, and certainly the Mexican culture has many similar threads that are woven throughout. But at the same time, each individual sees even their own culture differently. I also want to share this. In the counseling and psychotherapy with children and adolescents, it's a book by Prout and Fadua, and that comes from 2015. They have this to say about multicultural competence. According to Lynch and Hansen, 2004, cultural competence is a process and includes the ability to think, feel, and act in ways that acknowledge, respect, and build on ethnic, socio-cultural, and linguistic diversity. To practice in multicultural competence, one would demonstrate respect and skills in integrating multiple aspects of diversity simultaneously. And basically, that's what you have said throughout your post here. One thing, though, that they say further down here, when the therapist is learning more about other cultures, they must be attuned to the fact that they are incorporating new information through a filter, their own lens in which they interpret meaning of the world. And so, even as we're diving in and learning about this client, and in this case, this Mexican client, we have to always be aware of ourselves too, right? And you talk about that in here as well. And we just need to be attuned to the fact that everything we're learning, we're seeing through a filter of our own background, our own beliefs and systems, and the way we see everything. And so I think that's when attending behaviors and actual listening, active listening to our clients is so important. And in our book, by Ivy et al., Intentional Interviewing and Counseling from 2018, on page 57, they define attending behavior this way. They say attending behavior, essential to an empathic relationship, is defined as supporting your client with individually and culturally appropriate verbal following, visuals, vocal quality, and body language facial expression. Listening is the core skill of attending behavior and is central to developing a relationship and making real contact with our clients. You say here, we should always provide a safe space for our clients where they are respected, accepted, and understood, no matter what their ethnicity. And I think that's so important, and we have to demonstrate that by the way we listen and respond. And I just love how right there, Ivy et al. Talk about how we have to support their client individually and culturally. And so, some of the questions I'd have for you is, how would you support this client as an individual and in the context of their culture? What questions would you ask? How would you respond? And how much self-disclosure would you give in terms of talking about comparing culture? Would you try to connect in different things that are similar? Anyway, just some thoughts for you today, and I hope you have a great rest of your of this semester. And I'll see you soon in class.